Hi and welcome to Tabletop Gaming. My name is Charlie and today for our Trading Card Tuesdays or Trading Card whichever day I post this, I wanted to talk about storage because actually it's something that I'm finding is a big question as I'm collecting more and more cards. What is it that I actually do with them? How do I keep them safe? What is it that I need to be doing? So with that in mind, I thought I would share the stuff that I've got, the things that I'm using at the moment, which is mostly Gamegenic, a little bit of Ultra Pro, and what I would love though is any suggestions of what you use or what you would recommend to go in the comments below. I very much appreciate that. So without further ado, let's take a look. So first issue that I had was I picked up a Battle League deck, I believe, which gave me a ton of cards that I could actually play my Pokemon trading card game with, so I could play competitively and learn how to do so through a pre-made deck, which was great. And they gave me like a little box that I could keep all my cards in so that I could just have to take the box. And they do this semi-regularly, so you also see it in the Battle Academy and with the decks themselves, like the Venusaur deck. But I also really want to be sleeving my cards, and as soon as I've done that, they then don't fit in the space that's given for them. So I looked around at what I had and I came up with this. This is the Gamegenic Watchtower. Now I've had this a while and I've used it for various different things, actually more D&D related, interestingly, than card games, which is what it originates for. This is from Gamegenic and I think it comes in a ton of different colours to be honest, but this is the one I have. But quite nicely, look, if I show you that at the front, if we pop this open, which is magnetic by the way, look, my cards are inside, nice and safe. I can take that off completely and then just attach it around the side so I don't lose it. And then this functions, we've got little cutouts as a little tray. So I pull that out. That has what I'm currently using when I play the game. This is my full 60 card deck in order to play Pokemon with. It is, like I say, a pre-built deck. I'm not at the stage where I know what I'm doing yet, but this is me all set with a ton of sleeved cards. And then I also keep in the back a couple of extra cards because you never know when you're going to be picking up Pokemon. I can't go to the shop at the minute without finding like a booster pack or something to open. So they're like my emergency. We'll keep those around. Now, the other thing with it as well, so that's it with the drawer taken out, is there is the top part too, which I have used just for the tokens and dice that come with it, but you can use it for basically anything. Now I use this with D&D quite a lot. I had my dice in the top, and then I had sort of spell cards and a folded down character sheet that I kept in here. So if we were going to play in person, I could then just grab this and pretty much be ready to go as long as everything was up to date. So although it's 4 cards and that's what I'm using it for now, it's finally getting it to proper use. This is something that you can sort of use it how you like, and I quite like that. And it feels very, very secure. I know my cards are going to be safe in there, and I know that it's nice and easy to pop into, depends which handbag you use, but most handbags I can pop this in. It's like a brick, it's really safe. Now, one thing you also may have spied in there is that of course I sleeve my cards. Now I do use quite a range of them. I use the ones that come out of the ETBs, have been most of my sleeving have been done from those. You do only get 60 cards though, and then I just use sort of ones that I have from various things. One that comes up quite a lot are the Gamegenic sleeves. The reason these are on my radar in the first place is because they were a subscription gift a little while ago. So if you subscribe to Tabletop Gaming, then you've got these. These ones are not mine. I've stolen these from the office temporarily just to show you. But they're just a nice quality. They've still got that shiny front. So the ones that are in the Pokemon boxes tend to have like a matte front on them, which is interesting, but I think does take away some of the shine, and this one works out quite nicely. So the intention is I've got green ones that I use, but that between us we'll try and go for different colours so that it's really clear very quickly which cards are whose. But I can't help but be tempted to buy these in different colours and then have them, for the ones that I'm not going to play with, have them as sets. So like the fire one is going to be these ones, and the grass ones are the green ones. Now, I also put them in something I haven't got with me, which are Ultra Pro top loaders, which was one of the first things when I was looking, going, I want to start Pokemon, what do I do? A lot of the advice was, get yourself some sleeves, because if you're collecting, you're going to need them. Get yourself some sleeves and get yourself a top loader. And that's just sort of a more firm way of holding them. So your sleeves will protect them from damage, and your top loader is just like 2 bits of plastic, thin plastic that are together, that will protect them from drops. So I will pop a picture of the ones that I use here. But again, if there are better ones, let me know. These ones are Ultra Pro, and Ultra Pro tend to do a lot with Pokemon anyway, from what I've seen. I don't know whether they're sort of like a license deal, for example. I know that Gamegenics are linked to Asmodee, for example, so they get some of the things like the Days of Wonder stuff. Whether that's the case with Pokemon and Ultra Pro is what I'm led to believe, but I don't know for certain. Speaking of which, this is an Ultra Pro binder. This is how I'm currently storing all of my Pokemon, and this is now full. I've been collecting for about 3 weeks at the stage of recording this video, and this is full, and I'm going to need to get quite a few more given what I've been keeping in tins and haven't been able to find a home for as yet. Now I like these binders. They are of course the correct size. I like the way that they come in, so you'll insert from this side and then this side and this side, so that there's no risk of them falling out of the corners or anything like that. They all sit together quite nicely. There's a couple where I've had to sort of like double have them, and there's a couple of spaces where I've got energy and things, but they fit in the sleeved cards as well. So although I didn't have sleeves when I first started this, when I did the more interesting ones, so ones that had either I knew I was going to be using or were particularly shiny, those ones I sleeved, and then they fit in there quite nicely. You may also be able to see that matte effect that's on them. Now, one thing I will say about this, and I would love your opinion on as well, is that I haven't got these set up in sets, because I've been pulling from so many different sets. I've been doing lots of this and lots of that, and I'll be honest, when I first started opening cards, I didn't really understand what the difference in sets meant and sort of the ability to make a collection out of those sets. So, with that in mind, they're all a bit muddled. Is it better to keep them in sets? Is it better to keep them as I do, like just as I've got them? My inclination was actually to order them by type, so that I would always be able to sort of try and find, right, I'm going to play with a deck that has this, so there's this, but collector-wise, I'm led to understand that that's not a good way to do things. So let me know your opinion. What's the best way to do it? Should I put them by folder? Should I put them type by type? What's the deal? And are these the best guys to do it? Now, interestingly, and in a video to come, a very dear friend of mine found some Pokemon cards and said to me, would you like them? I, of course, said, yeah. These are sort of very old, sort of early Wizards of the Coast style ones, and they're kept in a binder that is a Pokemon official binder, that, bless him, is very torn and very sort of like, it's so well used, and that's what I like to see with Pokemon, by the way, is I like to see them used, people actually playing with them. But that also was an Ultra Pro one, which interested me because it's this sort of, I think it's 1999. I'll have to take a picture and maybe see if we can pop something here just to show you what it looks like, but that's still Ultra Pro, so it looks like they're going strong for a reason. But let me know of any alternatives. I'd be interested to hear, especially with the more formal sides, and if there's anything I can do that would fit them in with top loaders in too, let me know. Now, for more things, I kept going. So, I have yet to use this, but I'm quite excited to. These are the triple deck loaders, so you can get 240 plus cards inside. I just want to double check and see if that is... Oh yes, it's up to 240 double sleeved cards, so I like that that's their concern. But this, I think, is going to be, if I choose not to go down the binder route, so keeping them all in binders, which at the moment, to be honest, I've struggled with because I've got so many, and I know that I could easily fill another binder just with the stuff that I've got hidden in tins and CD boxes and things like that. This could be the other option. So these are sort of, you get what you're given, in the sense, like, it's not a luxury product like this, or it doesn't feel like it at least. This is a storage product more than anything else. But if I open that up, we've just got those boxes there. So I could quite easily, these might be good for energy actually. I could fit all my different energies into there so that when I need them, I've just got to come and sort through these instead. But they're kept then in something rigid. So if this gets knocked off the side, we're not going to be damaging cards, and I can sleeve them as well and not have to worry about them. So that's quite a nice way of doing things. That's a triple deck holder, but energy maybe. I think energy. Now, I have saved what I think is the best till last, and it is slightly Pokemon adjacent because at the moment I'm not using it to store Pokemon cards, I'm using it to store Flesh and Blood cards and Magic the Gathering cards. So this is beautiful. This is another one from Gamegenic, so you can see that written across there. We've got the Gamegenic emblazoned here too, and this is sort of a suede feel, very much like this one, but slightly different. So this, again, we use magnets to pull this top off, and I will say, look, we've got the little magnet indents here, which means that they fit into specific spaces. Now, there's a lot to this, so I can pull that off completely, leaving me fully just with the unit itself. In that unit, we have got quite a lot. So we have at this front bit here. Now I will say as well, I haven't ordered these correctly because this was an impulse decision to show you this one. So our magic cards are hidden within here, but we have a magnetic part at the front that leads to these drawers. So I can pop anything in those drawers. So you saw I put the sort of status tokens and such were in my watchtower, but in those, basically anything that you could need. At the moment, I'm actually using them to store the cards because I think this is a downside to it, is that unless the box is full, those cards can fall. It needs sort of something to sit in between them to hold them, almost like a, what's the bookend? Bookend? To sit in there to sort of hold it so that if it is in there, it doesn't fall. So I've got those where they're pinned instead, so they're pinned in those drawers. And then you can see this much longer space that we have in which I've got the boxes. So, also with that, you'll see there's a tiny little bit of space in between, so right here. So you could use those to store anything. For a little while I had it that those were where I kept my top loaders, so if anything was opened I could immediately get those out. I have just got random sleeves in there, they've Harry Potter ones because, you know, but those are there sort of just in case, so I've got everything I need in one thing, so I can store them, I can use them for play, and then I can protect them too. Now this is rather impressive, like it feels like a luxury product, which is quite nice. Obviously it's a really nice way to store your cards. I do think with the rate at which I'm collecting Pokemon cards, I'm going to fill this quite quickly, but perhaps using this for my super duper Pokemon cards, the best way to store them maybe. So I'm wondering about the ones I've top loaded, my favourite cards, the ones I'm going to keep forever. That Charizard that came out of the Celebrations pack maybe needs to live in something like this so that it's not going to get damaged. That's what I'm thinking anyway. As I said though, I would be more than open to your thoughts on this. What is it that you use? What is it that you would recommend? Do you use any of these? What are your thoughts on them? Have you got any specific products that work better than what I've got? Or are you just interested in what's here? Because I think some of them are quite cool. The Watchtower, I have to admit, is my favourite, but there are plenty of things here that are cool enough and nice enough to look after my Pokemon cards and be trusted with my Pokemon cards, or various different ones. As you've seen, we've got Flesh and Blood, we've got Magic the Gathering, all different videos. You'll love those. So let me know in the comments any of those. Now you know that I am learning, so also give me any tips that you have. Plus, if you want to see more from us on things that we do know about, head to tabletopgaming.co.uk. Finally, I will ask you to like and subscribe if you enjoyed this video. We're going to be trying to post regular trading card content, mostly Pokemon, I will be honest, but there will be some others thrown in just for your enjoyment. Now, as always, thank you so much for watching and have a great day.